Something massive is happening, and most people aren't even paying attention to it. Wealthy middle class Canadians are moving to the US at a record rate. And they're not only bringing their suitcase, they're bringing their money, their business, and wealth with them too. And if you think this is just about warmer weather or cheap houses, think again. Because what's happening up in the Great White North is Canada is making it harder than ever to build wealth and even harder to leave with it. Rising taxes, increased regulations, and economic unease are forcing those who see the writing on the wall to act now before the door slams shut. So in this video, I'm going to explain why so many Canadians are leaving Canada and how they're taking their wealth across the border with them. For years, Canada was seen as a land of opportunity with a stable economy, good healthcare, safe streets, and a growing middle class. Take it from me, I grew up there. I saw it. I believed it. Canada is a great country, but that image seems to be fading real fast. Over 126,000 Canadians moved to the US in 2022. That's nearly 70% increase in the last decade. And the numbers seem to keep climbing. But the thing is, these aren't just retirees looking for sunshine and beaches. It's business owners who are tired of being overtaxed and overregulated. It's professionals who feel the economy no longer benefits them, and it doesn't benefit their hard work and dedication either. It's also investors who are watching new policies being created by corporate and government greed. And at the same time, these investors are watching their profits slowly being stripped away day by day. These Canadians aren't just leaving because they want to. They're leaving because they feel like they have to. They're leaving in order to protect their financial future. And if you think this is just a trend and it only affects Canada, think again. When money makes moves, economies tend to shift. You don't trust me? Talk to people who still live in Canada. Even if they don't plan to move, they still tell you the same thing. I feel like I'm working harder just to stay in the same place. Owning a home isn't an option for me anymore. Every year, I'm paying more groceries and taxes and getting less in return. They watch grocery and housing prices creep even higher every month. Their rent keeps going up. Their taxes seem to be going up too. But their quality of life? That seems to stay the same or get a lot worse in a lot of cases. I left Canada over a year ago and moved to Mexico. And before I left, no lie, it felt like I was paying more for groceries every single week. I'm not talking about $1 or $2. It was enough to notice that things were getting out of control. The truth is, inflation will keep eating away at bank accounts, and any attempt to get ahead will be met with another financial hurdle if nothing huge is done anytime soon. And sadly, it probably won't get done. But it's not just individuals feeling this squeeze. Small business owners are getting buried under rising labor costs, aggressive tax policies, and government red tape. Real estate investors are watching their returns shrink as new laws and higher interest rates make it harder to profit. Families are realizing that the next generation will have fewer opportunities and fewer assets than the one before it, or any other one before it. It seems like most Canadians will just be poorer if something isn't done now. Many Canadians are making the choice to take control of their wealth and their future just by moving away. Leaving doesn't seem to be as easy as it used to be. Governments don't like when money leaves, and of course, Canada is no exception to that. They're making it harder to move your assets, harder to transfer your business, and harder to invest internationally without taking a financial hit or paying higher taxes. Exit taxes are a real thing and are in place to punish success. Did you know that depending on how you leave Canada, you could face capital gain tax on your assets as if you sold them and you didn't, even if you haven't? Canada has a goodbye tax for people who stop being residents. It's like capital gains, but charged for the time you lived in Canada. I know, crazy, right? People who invest in other countries are also under attack. Regulations are making it more difficult to move money across borders for Canadians, even though it's your money. Business owners are getting squeezed by the regulators. If you want to scale your business internationally, it's becoming harder thanks to increasing costs and government rules. And then let's not forget about the job market. It's shifting and making it even tougher for professionals to get ahead. Mass immigration is flooding into the workforce, driving up competition, and pushing wages way down. In many sectors, the wages are so down that it's hard to understand how people actually survive. There are fewer and fewer opportunities and more people fighting for these positions. And while Canada's economy is squeezing its wealth out of its citizens, it seems like the US is opening its doors to those who are bringing money in with them. So why wouldn't you move? That's why we're seeing a huge number of Canadians getting US residency through investments and job transfers. Here's the thing though. Yeah, America's economy is 10 times larger than Canada's. So you would expect to make more and more money there. But is this really the answer? I guess it depends for some. It's just a temporary escape and deeper problems for others. And like I said, for many, the US offers unreal advantages that you won't find in Canada. If you look at a place like Florida, Texas, and Nevada, the tax savings there are impressive compared to Canada. The US offers stronger business incentives with far less hurdles to jump when it comes to owning a business. When comparing some regions, the US has a more affordable real estate market and also easier for investors to invest in growing industries with the United States without having to pay expensive middlemen for access to the market and overpriced exchange rates. But it isn't about what the US offers. It's about what Canada is taking away. As high earners, real estate investors and business owners get surprised over and over again with new policies. The risk of staying in Canada becomes greater than packing up and moving somewhere else. And the ones who stay might even wake up one day to find themselves locked into a system that doesn't benefit them anymore. That's why the wealthiest, smartest Canadians are reacting. They're strategizing. They're investing in dual residencies, moving some of their wealth into international investments, and finding out it's better to position themselves this way. Not just in Canada, but internationally, so they can thrive no matter where they are. This movement isn't just about moving to a new place and making more money. It's about having control of your business, your money, and overall control of your life. Like any other smart investor, the ones who are doing this have a plan. They're diversifying into things like the US real estate, stocks, and businesses to make sure they're building multiple income streams. And so they aren't dependent on Canada's economy. They're getting international banking options, which gives them financial flexibility no matter where they live. And they're making sure they put tax strategies at the highest to maximize growth. People don't understand how much taxes can be an advantage. This movement isn't just a trend. It's a warning sign. There's writing on the wall. As Canadian policies are getting more and more restrictive, taxes are rising while purchasing power is shrinking. And leaving the country is getting harder and more expensive every single year. The ones who do see the writing on the wall, they won't wait. They'll take action, they'll diversify, and they'll make sure the future has a better chance before it's too late. This isn't just happening in Canada. This is happening in many different countries all over the world. The crazy part, it's happening in the US too, with its constant government fighting and rotating door politics. And let's not forget tariffs. To be honest, I don't think the US is the best place to build your wealth anymore. The only ones who seem to be getting ahead are the ultra rich, and the middle class seems to be getting poorer as the years go on. All governments are tightening their grip on their citizens, and those who don't plan ahead will find themselves trapped. I could see more and more people not just investing their money into one or two countries in the future, but investing in multiple countries just to stay safe and diversified, just in case shit hits the fan. I've been talking a good game about America and why people are moving there. But the cold, hard truth is, America isn't the place it's made out to be. For many Americans, the dream is dead. And the new dream, it's to escape. That's why I made this video. Why you must leave the US before it's too late. Click it, and I'll see you there.